Ride through the city like Brennan Schaub. I'm on a mission to get it all. Ride through the city like Brennan Schaub. If you ain't thick, please don't get involved.
And now, Brandon Thick Boy Schaub.
Yeah! What is poppin', fam? It's November 13th. It's a Monday, 9 a.m. It's 9:03 a.m. Okay, we started 3 minutes late, guys. We'll take a warm hand chin in Casey's face.
Whatever, dude.
We just had to go over a bunch of stuff. What's going on, guys? Hopefully you had a nice weekend. Chin, you were fishing, murdering fish? Is that?
Yeah.
Did I see that on the gram, as the kids call it?
Yeah, but I didn't murder anyone. Or I didn't murder any
Oh, the fish got away.
No fish.
Yes.
One bite, but no fish.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. When I hear you don't murder fish, I go, yes. Case, I saw, where were you, golfing?
Yes, sir.
All you do is golf, dude.
That's it. That's all I want to do. That's all I care about.
You're so into golf? And you played with your brother?
No, I play with my buddy Mark.
Oh, wow. You guys look similar, though, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I thought it was your brother. Whatever. That's cool, man. Good. Killing fish and golf balls. I went to Phoenix, Arizona. Flew there with my kiddo, El Tigre. Me and him flew out on Friday morning because your boy was trying to find a diamond in the rough for this Toontown show, which debuts tomorrow, right? 9 a.m.
Yes.
That's the plan, Casey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been a beast getting this thing together, but the first episode drops tomorrow at 9 a.m. on the Toontown YouTube. It's all automotive, mainly trucks and some cars on there. First few episodes are my TRX, the Sandblast TRX. Converting it to a TRX Demon, basically. So the goal was 1,000 horsepower. Realized that was pretty easy to get to. So it's going way beyonder than the 1,000 horsepower. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up. But you just can't stop there. You know, you can't just do a show based off a TRX. So then I always wanted a Lightning, a Generation 2 Lightning. As a young man in high school, if you had this, dude, I figured your wiener was made out of gold, and you were basically the Elon Musk of 2023. I just thought you were the richest man in the world. This car back in 2004, 2003, Generation 2 started in 1999. Got very famous by Paul Walker. It has a cult following. But that car in 1999, 2004 is probably 36 grand out the door. So you weren't exactly balling like I thought as a kid, as a young man. When I say kid, I mean I'm 16, 17, 18 years old. But so I was struggling whether to get a Generation 2 or Generation 1 Lightning, Ford Lightning. The Generation 1 started in 1993 to 1995. We found one. It looked dope online. It checked out. Everything looked all good. I'm like, that's the move. And then I have inspectors who will go, make sure that it checks out before I fly down there to pick it up and drive it back, because that's what I like to do. And they come with, this thing's a disaster. It's all rusted out. Nobody should buy this car. So then my heart was broken, and then we stumbled upon this 2004 Generation 2 Lightning, which still make it fun. Plan was Generation 1, but Generation 2 is going to be fun. We had some big plans for it, sourcing a Godzilla engine now, a Ford Godzilla engine, a bigger blower on it. We'll do the suspension. I have my vision for as far as the cosmetics of the Lightning, so that's the next project, man. But when you have two projects going on at the same time, it's a lot. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It is a lot. But passion of mine, so might as well, shoot it and see if you guys dig it. But I would do this whether there's cameras or not. So let's see how it goes. But the first episode, the debut episode, airs tomorrow, 9 a.m., and that's on Toontown YouTube, man. The drive back from Arizona, pretty easy. My son loves nothing more on this planet than hotels. So the plan was, it's about a 7-hour drive from Phoenix to LA. The plan was just go all through the night, but he wanted to stay in a hotel, so we stopped in Palm Springs. Downtown Palm Springs, it's a little hoodie. I didn't know this. there's parts of it that get a little rough out there. And this hotel, we pulled up to it. It was interesting. Had the best steak of my life in Palm Springs. I think it's called JB's Steakhouse. Best steak I've ever had. Is it JB's Palm Springs?
Let's see. JW?
LG's.
Oh, LG's.
LG's. Best steak I've ever had. I've had steak. I've had meat in my mouth all over this country and international. I've had meat all in my mouth, and there has not been a better filet or prime rib that has touched these sweet, sweet lips that you guys think are fake than that steakhouse in Palm Springs. But I'll tell you what, man, that steak doesn't come free. It doesn't come free. And neither does buying pay-per-views or just life in general. So that's why you need to partner up with my friends at DraftKings. That's got a smooth transition, fellas. That's right, DraftKings. They got you covered with the NBA, NFL's popping right now. You got UFC, of course, which I was right 2 for 2 on the co-main event and main event, which we'll get into. But DraftKings Sportsbook has your back. This week, new customers can score $150 instantly in bonus bets just betting $5 on the NBA. Win or lose, you get an instant dub. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use the code SCHAUBSHOW. New customers can get $150 instantly in bonus bets for betting just $5 roos on basketball or NFL or UFC. We got you, man. The crown is yours. I got to read this, don't I, Chin?
Yeah, unless you want Case or I to read it.
Why don't you do it, dude? Let me see what you're reading.
Me or Case?
Who wants to do it?
All you, Chin. I'm doing something.
All right. Where'd you stop at?
Gambling problem? You just want me to do it, dude?
Go for it, dude. Yeah.
It's taking way too long. I thought it'd be smooth. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In West Virginia, visit www.1800gambler.net. Please play responsibly. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino Resort, Kansas, must be 21 or older in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details, state-specific responsible gambling resources. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball terms. DraftKings. Promo code SHOPSHOW. Shout out to DraftKings. Oh, boy. Yeah, Phoenix was lit. When I say lit, I was there for about 3 hours, and then we drove back, stayed in Palm Springs. My son had a scrimmage for his travel ball team at 8 a.m., so we left at 4 a.m. I'll tell you what, the Lightning in 2004, especially 1999, 2004, was considered a fast car. 0 to 60 about 5.7. You can get Toyota Camrys that fast from Toyota these days. So the fast is all relative of the time. It came stock with 380 horsepower, 450 pounds of torque. It's a light vehicle. The guy before me was the guy from I keep saying Duck Dynasty, but it's not. Not To Catch a Predator. What's the other catch? Deadliest Catch.
Oh, the Deadliest Catch.
The old man from Deadliest Catch had this Lightning. He had some issues getting in and out of the car. He had some back issues. So he sold the car. So it's a 2004 20-year-old car with only 22,000 miles. So he gave it up because he couldn't get in and out of the thing. And then your boy stumbled upon it. So we had some plans for it. But it's a dope car. It's not as fast. That my TRX is to absolutely blow the doors off of it right now. But it was fast for 2004 compared to cars now. And so that's the goal, is to get it as fast as cars now and even faster. So that's the plan, man. But it's interesting driving a car from 2004. It's different. It's just different. Mm-hmm. It's not all about 0 to 60. It's just different. But let's get into the fights, man. We had a great UFC pay-per-view over the weekend in Madison Square Garden, the infamous Madison Square Garden in New York City down there. This card did not disappoint. One of the best main cards from the first fight with Diego Lopez to the last fight with Alex Pereira one of the best top to bottom main cards I've ever seen. All of them were fantastic. Fantastic. The whole card was just great. Fantastic for a pay-per-view. UFC 295 delivered in every facet possible. For the people who bought tickets to this UFC 295 and were banking on John Jones and Stipe after that fell off, the ticket prices were like the highest we've ever seen in the UFC. So I bet they were pretty disappointed that they paid all that money. The good thing is, even if you're a casual, there's no way you could be disappointed in the product that you paid for. This card is one of the best we've had in a long, hot second. Again, from top to bottom on the main pay-per-view that you paid for, you got all finishes, and they were not like sleeper fights in any facet. They were great. My pick for DraftKings as far as underdogs. Now, if the money's even, I'm not picking these guys. This is my pick so you can make money. Hopefully, they're an underdog for a reason. It was Jared Gordon, Mark Madsen. Mark Madsen was having success early on and then got starched by Jared Gordon. I'm a Jared Gordon fan. If I wasn't betting with my mind on that one as far as picking a dog on the entire card, Jared Gordon would be my pick. But he looked fantastic. But to kick off the main card, Diego Lopez, good God, that Pat Sabatini got absolutely destroyed. Diego Lopez, first team all Hot Topic with his hair. He looks like he should come out to Sum 41, or come out to, there's a place on Ocean Avenue, but he doesn't lean into that. He doesn't lean into the Hot Topic vibe. He should. He should come out to some 41, some first-team all-boner. This kid is a dime piece, has great hair, checks the box as far as Brazilian and Mexico. He trains out of Mexico. So he's going to be a force to be reckoned with, man. He looked fan-freaking-tastic. There's a couple guys. It's tough to give somebody MVP on this main card because Diego Lopez could be a candidate for it. And then the freaking first-team all-god of war, Benoit St. Denis, steamrolled our boy Matt Steamroller Favola.
That was a bummer, yeah, but
It's a bummer. I text Matt after when I was dealing with losses. I always like when people said, I feel sorry for the next guy. It's just you got to move on, and you're going to get motivation there. That was a tough one. Matt's been this dog for his last, he has this 3-fight win streak, 3 knockouts, and they keep giving these tough fights. I don't get it. He checks all the boxes. He has a personality. He's a former veteran, he just checks all the boxes, man. People love this guy, and they just keep throwing him to the freaking wolves. And this is where, they absolutely threw him to the complete wolves with this French Wolverine, who's a special forces dude. It was a tough one.
Yeah.
It was a super tough one. That kick straight to the face on the exchange there of him trying to get out of there, that head kick was tough, man. Now, Benoit called out Gaethje, and then he called out Dustin Poirier. I'm a fan, but chill out, right? You're not going to jump the queue. You're not going to go from being on rank to fighting Justin Gaethje and Dustin Poirier. That's not how this thing works. Typically, there's some guys that they'll do that with, but lightweight's pretty stacked. So for him, let me see the rankings at lightweight. He's sure as hell not getting any of the people that he called out. Awful call-outs, by the way. They showed Justin Gaethje in the crowd. He's like, wait, what? Who? So it's just, if you got to make sure if you're going to do a call out, it has to make sense. He might as well call out Stipe. It's just not going to happen. So the top 7 you can forget about. RDA at 10 would be a fun one. Drew Dober doesn't make sense because he'll be ranked. I would assume he jumps the queue and he's ranked 14. So Matt's going to fall out. Denise will jump into 14. Drew Dober just lost to Matt, so Drew Dober fight doesn't make sense. RD at 10, I dig. Jalen Turner could be interesting. And then you also got Dan Hooker and Bobby Green fighting the Austin card, the winner of that, to get him into the higher up into the top 10, especially if Dan Hooker were to win. You do Dan Hooker versus Denise, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Or RDA. But as far as him calling out Gamrot and Poirier and Gaethje, you might as well.
Shooting his shot, though.
You shoot your shot, you might as well call out Michael Jackson. What are we doing? Use your call out wisely, man. Yeah. Might as well call out John Jones. Taylor's going, wait, what? It's a complete waste of time. Complete waste of time. That fight, as cool it was to see it finish, it just sucks for my boy Matt.
Yeah.
But Matt's the man. Head up, buddy. That's a tough one. I don't know a lot of guys who are going to sign up to fight Benoit. That guy, God of War, fits him perfectly. That guy is such a savage. Moving on, Jessica Andrade, Mackenzie Dern. So you have the number 5 fighter in the world, Jessica Andrade, falling on tough times, going through a divorce. She's talked about that pretty openly. And then Mackenzie Dern, what was 7, I think?
Rankings?
Yes. Almost popped. She's 7.
Okay.
What is she?
Hold up. She's strawweight, right?
She's 7. There you go. Yeah, she's 7. Jessica's 5. Booyah, memory, CT my ass. This fight's tough. I'm a huge Mackenzie Dern fan. I love Mackenzie Dern. Oh, how do we want to put this where we're not mean about it? The level of skill going from Benoit, Matt Favola, Diego Lopez, especially when you get to the main event, Tom Aspinall, Sergei Pavlovich, Alex Pereira, and Jiri. The level of skill from the number 5 and 7 female fighters to the level of even on-ranked guys is so drastic. It's such a big gap. And women's division is a lot newer, so there's going to be that kind of difference. The issue with Mackenzie Dern is she's the most dangerous girl in the world on the ground. But at this level, especially in 2023, if you can't force a takedown, if you don't have the skills to take anybody down and use your jiu-jitsu, you're pretty screwed in 2023. Her wrestling's nowhere where it needs to be to compete at the top 5 level. And then her striking, she can't take these other opponents down. So then she's forced to strike. She's been striking for 4 years, 5 years max. And then you're going to rely on your striking to beat these world-class fighters. It's a recipe for disaster. It's very similar to what happened to Ronda when she was coming to the top. Her grappling and judo was so much higher than everybody else. She didn't have to rely on her striking. And then you get to a level where you run into this wall and you run into a girl who can defend the takedown or defend those judo throws or defend those jiu-jitsu trips and takedowns and stuff, and you're forced to strike. But you don't have the experience. There's not enough hours in the day. There's not enough years to catch up as far as technique and to be comfortable on the feet to even survive. And then things get real and they go south very, very fast. And that's what's going on with Mackenzie Dern. It does not get better for her. It just does. There's nothing she can do to make up that gap in striking. There's absolutely nothing she can do. If I'm her team, and she's left Jason Perillo, which is insane.
Yeah, her striking was actually good with Perillo, like better.
All relative. All relative. Better for sure.
Yeah.
But you see the holes in her game when it comes to the deep. When you sign up for striking, everybody wants to work on offense. The way you become world champion is your defense. You look at all the world champions, whether it's male or female, they're the best with their defense. Look at all the champions. Look at Strickland. Is Strickland the best because he has the hardest punches or the best combos? Nope, he doesn't get hit. Tom Aspinall doesn't get hit. Izzy coming up doesn't get hit. Volkanovski doesn't get hit. You look at all the champions. Shevchenko when she was champion, Grasso they don't get hit. Their defense is what gets them to the party. So it's fun, especially when you don't have a background in it, to work on your offense. The issue with that is the defense, especially when the bullets are flying live. So for Mackenzie Dern, you can tell she's just uncomfortable. In the exchanges, her chin's up, she's winging it, and then you fight these girls who sit in the pocket, man. And it's going to get tough for her. It's going to get tough for her. The chances of her being champion are not good. It's just not good. And this happens when someone has a extensive grappling base and they can't imply their will. They can't get an opponent down. They're forced to strike. You're screwed. and she's 30. And she's one of my faves. I absolutely love Mackenzie Dern. She checks every box to be a complete superstar. Looks good, speaks well, great person, phenomenal jiu-jitsu, checks every box except for the skill set when it comes to striking and wrestling. If I'm her team, dude, send her ass to Dagestan, or AKA she should be wrestling 24/7. She doesn't need to do jiu-jitsu ever again. Just keep wrestling. You're not going to become champion striking. That's never happening. That's not on the cards. Take your ass to Dagestan, sleep on a wooden bench, hang out with the goats, go up the freaking mountain like Khabib and Makhachev did, and just embrace that wrestling and take every single opponent down. There's Tatiana Suarez. Hey, man, what can we do? You know? But as far as striking, it's not for her. There's not enough hours in the day. There's not. That was tough to see, tough to watch. Tough to watch. In the co-main event, main event, your boy called it. Took Tom Aspinall under 5. I thought he'd get the submission. Didn't think he'd get a knockout in freaking a minute, which is insane. And then Alex and Jiri predicted Alex via knockout. It was a TKO. We'll talk about that. Early stoppage, maybe. I think Chin likes to see people die, so that's fine. But with Tom Aspinall, what's interesting about this is Tom fought the scariest dude in the division, Sergei Pavlovich. And he did an interview with Sanko. And in this interview, he revealed that he had a back injury and didn't train over a week before the fight. So the fight was on a 2-week notice. So he trained exactly 7-ish days, maybe less than that, and became world champion. And not only did he beat Sergei, he beat him at his own game. He knocked him out basically in under a minute 30, in under 90 seconds. Mind-blowing. On a 2-week notice, Bisping was the first to do this again on a 2-week notice when he became world champion, the first English champion. Now Tom Aspinall carries that throne. Tom Aspinall is hands down your world heavyweight champion, undisputed. Here's the issue, and this goes to the light heavyweight and heavyweight division. The issue is there's no path forward next. Everything is jammed. Everything's in this weird kind of clogged division. So at heavyweight, you have Stipe and John Jones. That was supposed to be for the regular heavyweight title. John Jones blows his pec out. He's out at least a year. Then Stipe and John need to fight in order for Tom to become the absolute champion. I disagree with this. I think Stipe and John, we're going to tune into whatever. It doesn't. We don't need a belt for that fight. That's a legacy fight. And John being out so long, I think you got to give Tom, and I think they're going to do this in a few weeks here, where Tom's going to be not your interim champ. He's going to be your straight-up champion, your straight-up heavyweight champion. Tom is the most dangerous heavyweight on the planet right now. Right now he is. So John's out a year. And then you have Stipe, who, he's doing is waiting for that fight. Apparently Stipe and Dana met in New York, and Dana asked him, are you going to retire after the John Jones fight? What do you want to do? And he goes, all I'm focused is on John Jones. Basically saying, all I want is John, and I'm retiring. So you're going to make Tommy Aspinall wait. He can't wait. But you're going to have him be your interim champ and wait till Stipe and John fight, which is probably a year from now. And even then, let's say Stipe wins, retires, and John's talking about retiring. So what are we waiting for? Just give Tommy Aspinall the straight-up heavyweight championship belt and let those guys do that legacy fight. And if they want to fight Tommy, great. If not, cool. The division keeps on keeping on. But right now it's in this weird hold. It's hard for people to figure out because you have the shadow of John Jones looming over. If I'm John, I do what Jiri did, and I say, I'm not competing for a year. I'm
relinquishing the title, yeah.
Give it up. Give it up. Instead of holding up the division. Yeah. You got to give it up. You have to. For Tom Aspinall, so you're not going to fight the winner of John and Stipe. They're out at least a year. You got a London card coming up in if they do it how they normally do it, was that February, March, probably March. So you're Cyril gone. Yes, I could be up, Chin. That's just me. They always do one in March. You don't have to bring it up.
I'm just double checking, dude.
We've been doing this for a hot second, dude. You probably do it in March, and then you would have your options are Cyril Gane or Curtis Blades. Probably Cyril Gane makes the most sense. But it just, again, so he beats Cyril Gane. Same position, same spot. He stays active, but you still got the John Jones, Stipe looming over your head. So how many people does he have to take out before he becomes straight up heavyweight champion? He beats Cyril Gane. All right. Curtis Blades is an interesting one. But there's not a lot there, man. It's just held up. It's just held up. And you're just hanging on to this legacy fight with John and Stipe. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And the UFC is going to figure that out. And I would assume in the next few weeks, maybe in January, we find out that they just give Tom the straight-up championship. Tom became world champion over Sergei Pavlovich off a 1-week camp and knocked him out at his game. How weird was it when, they were doing the face-off there inside the octagon and put their hands on each other? I was like, oh, that's interesting. They're both like, oh, congrats, man. And then starches him. Tommy's biggest asset is he's just faster than everybody, including Cyril Gane, including John Jones, including Stipe. He's just faster than everybody in the world. Everybody in the world. I hate to tell you, but I told you he's going to be world champion a hot second ago. I've been on Tommy Aspinall's nuts, not just because he's English, but skill-wise, he's the most well-rounded heavyweight on the planet. Yeah, the UFC heavyweight division is interesting because your champ, Francis, left, right, and goes on to beat Tyson Fury in boxing, but he's in PFL, so that's never happening. John's there. We're supposed to get the John-Francis fight. That's not happening because Francis is in PFL and then fighting boxing with Tyson Fury, and who knows what's next. John gets hurt, and then they make, then the Stipe's there, and the Stipe only wants to fight John, and then you got your best heavyweight, Tom Aspinall, as your interim champ. Disaster, as they say in French.
But remember, Stipe even said, why didn't they ask me to fight, for the title? I think the UFC wanted to put John and Stipe together more than Stipe wanted that.
But according to reports, Dana and Stipe met.
I mean, that's after.
But that was right after. That was before this fight. I was like, hey, what do you want to do? And he's like, I want to wait for John.
Well, that's weird.
If I'm the UFC, I'm like, cool, we can do that. But you and John aren't going to fight for a belt then. We can't hold up the division for a year. Yeah. That's what – it's just strange, man. It's so strange. Because your best heavyweight isn't your absolute champ.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all mixed up.
And then let's say John holds on to his heavyweight belt and fights Stipe in, I don't know, next December. So then you're getting Tom Aspinall, your interim champ, and you're getting John Jones if he beats Stipe in 2025. Look forward to that. And then hopefully Tom Aspinall's undefeated till then. It's just it's a weird, confusing thing. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It's tough to strip John Jones because he's the GOAT. He's the greatest to ever grace the octagon. He's the best of the best. He's the greatest of all time, bar none. It's tough to strip that guy. Remember when Jiri gave up the belt at light heavyweight? We're like, that makes sense. He only had 3 fights. He didn't have the body work John does. It's tough to go up to John, whether he likes it or not, and go, give me that belt. Why? I beat Cyril Gane. I destroyed Cyril Gane, and because I get hurt, you strip me of the belt? Look at what I've done for you guys. So I get the dilemma with the UFC. You can't just leave this. Where Tommy's, doing his thing over here, beating all these contenders, and then John, just because of his legacy, is over here and just hangs on to the heavyweight belt. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. And again, Stipe and John can fight, whether a belt or not, we're going to tune in.
Yeah, obviously.
And they both said they're going to retire. So what are we holding on to? It's very strange. And that goes to the main event with Alex Pereira, Jiri, told ya. But what a great face-off, too. Best face-off of all time. It was so intense. Straight up 2 samurai warriors, dude. 2 savages. Absolute savages. I thought Alex won the first round, especially with the leg kicks. That was an issue for Jiri, and that definitely controlled the chaos of Jiri as well. He landed some good punches, but overall I thought Alex did very well there. And then in that second round, the knockout happened with Jiri. As far as the stoppage, Mark Goddard, Goddard, right?
Goddard, yeah.
Goddard, he's, I think, the best ref that we have. So you have to take that into account. Second, he's there. He's closer than anybody. Jiri was kind of out on the feet, and then he was completely out when he fell down. So I can see how he could see that and stop it, especially when a guy's in mount. The only thing that's going to happen is you got this savage and Alex Pereira in mount, and the guy's out. You just let him rain down shots. So I can see I didn't have an issue with the stoppage. Jiri also said, I was out. It was a good stoppage. So if the fighter says that, there's no story here. There's no narrative or early stoppage. If the guy inside the octagon who's taking the punishment goes, I was out, y'all got to stop because he said he was out. All good. So I didn't have an issue with it because it's such a dominant position for a guy to be out and lay down, and then the guy who's issuing the punishment is in mount. You're talking about some real damage. Live to fight another day. So I was okay with it. To the other extent of that, it is a world championship fight.
Yes.
So you kind of got to let it, just to be sure, let it go a little longer. Just a tad long. 1 or 2, and then come in and do the Herb Dean where you tackle the guy.
And there's like 2 friends or two ways of thinking. Like there's referees that know these fighters really well, right? They know how they survive certain things. Some people don't. With Jiri, I think he got up kicked last time, got knocked out, came back and won the fight.
Yeah.
So if you know that about Jiri, like why would you stop it that early, especially if it's a title fight?
That's the only caveat. If this isn't a title fight, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But when it's a world championship fight, we got to let it go just
a little
tad,
bit.
just
Yeah,
a little,
bit.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah.
At least see how he responds, because the issue is Jiri popped up, did a somersault and popped up. Now he didn't have his wits about him. He popped up and his legs were Bambi.
Mm-hmm.
We need the finish.
Yeah, that's what I think.
We need the finish. But Alex Pereira, I mean, he's a Glory Hall of Famer, and then he's a UFC Hall of Famer. Middleweight champion, light heavyweight champion. Look at the people that he's fought. He did so fast. It's insane, dude.
Yeah.
I thought his home's at light heavyweight. I've always thought he was a light heavyweight. I think he's going to dominate at light heavyweight. He's going to do very well there. He's going to do better there than he did at middleweight. There's better matchups for him as well. It's not such a heavy wrestling base there. He's beat the middleweight champion. He's beat the greatest middleweight champion in Izzy. He's beat the current champion Strickland. And then he just beat Jiri. He's beat Jan. It's nuts, dude. It's absolutely nuts. His resume and what he's done in a short amount of time is absolutely nuts. In regards to his call-out, so he gets on the mic, and they wanted him. Obviously, the UFC wants to set up homeboy next, the champion,
Jamal.
the current champion Jamal Hill next, and he was cage side, and the camera's zooming in on him, and Alex decided to use the time to call out Izzy. Here's where everybody's getting it twisted. Alex had said in interviews before, I don't think Izzy is done. I don't think taking a lot of time off is smart, especially, he's one of the greatest to ever do it. Taking a lot of time off isn't the answer. He just needs to get the fire again and come back. What Alex is doing is what Izzy did for Alex. Alex wouldn't be in the position he's in, wouldn't have became the person, this first ballot Hall of Famer, this complete badass, if he didn't have Izzy as his North Star, if he wasn't chasing the Izzy ghost. That's how he got to where he's at. Izzy lit a fire under his ass. This is Alex's words. He was drinking, and they saw what Izzy was doing. It was like, it motivated him to get this fire, to stop drinking, and to become a 2-division world champion. He was motivated by Izzy, and Izzy was leading the way. And he goes, I beat that guy in kickboxing. Why can't I do it in the MMA? And so Izzy was his North Star. Izzy was the blueprint of how to become the superstar that he is. Him calling out Izzy isn't a negative thing. Him calling out Izzy is a favor to Izzy. Him calling out Izzy, his way of paying this forward. It's him paying it back to Izzy. He knows Izzy's in a rough time in his life and his career, and Izzy's talking about taking 3 years off. He's coming off that horrible Strickland loss. He knows by him calling out Izzy lights the same fire that he had when he was at rock bottom. This is a tribute to Izzy. This is a motivational thing to Izzy. This isn't a knock on Izzy. Now, obviously, Izzy's going to Izzy and posts the, the frozen thing. And all. That's what they do, and that's social media. But these two have a special bond. These two are connected for the rest of their lives. Alex calling out Izzy is his way to say, hey, bud, what you did for me, I'm going to do for you. That's all this is. I thought it was brilliant. Now, does Izzy come back in a few months and they'd make that fight? No. That wasn't the point. If you think that's happening right away and that's the next fight, you're off. All he's doing and all he cared about, this is how much he cares about. There is love between those two. The only reason he did it is to motivate Izzy to get off his ass and get back in the gym. Whether it's the next fight or not, down the road they're going to meet. The whole point of that was to get Izzy to wake up and see how much of a badass he is. That's him tipping his hat going, Izzy, come on, bud. You did it for me. I'm doing it for you. Him going, come on, buddy, let's go. There's love there. That is a great story. That is a love story. I'm telling you, man. When I saw that, dude, I got emotional. When I saw him, like, oh, my God, look at that. Look at that. He's paying it forward. Izzy got him to where he's at. Now he's going to do that for Izzy. This is freaking beautiful, man. That's what that is. So people are going, oh, my God, what a cheap shot. But no, you're so off. You don't know Alex Pereira. You don't know Izzy. Their relationship goes back. What Izzy did for Alex, this is Alex paying it forward. It's freaking beautiful, man. That's all that is. That's all it is. You're not going to get Izzy back in January or February. That's not happening. He's fighting Jamal Hill. Maybe next. Here's where it's similar to the heavyweight division. That division is also bottled up. That division's bottled up like a hemorrhoid, dude. It's just, it sucks. You got to poke it back in the anus, dude. You got to get the contenders. You got to poke the anus, dude. I've had them. They suck. They're awful. They itch, dude. They itch and they hurt. Mine was the size of a small grape. Whatever. I had to put my legs up like a baby and my wife pop it in, dude. So anyway, you get it, man. You know.
Nope.
7-minute abs. But what I was saying is the division's held up because Jamal Hill blew his Achilles out. Now, Aaron Rodgers blew his Achilles out. Aaron Rodgers has the access to the best doctors, to all the supplements. He's kind of walking, but, it's going to be a hot second. Jamal Hill doesn't have that same access. Jamal Hill is not coming back anytime soon. So you're not getting Alex versus Jamal Hill anytime soon. So what do? What the frick do? You got Rakic and Jan fighting.
Yep.
You got Johnny Walker coming off that weird, that super weird thing. You could fast forward Johnny Walker. Alex is such a fun fight.
Yeah.
And then you got Anthony Smith at 8, and they don't like each other. Anthony Smith is on the broadcast, but Jamal Hill and Alex ain't happening anytime soon. Just not happening anytime. Again, it's so weird. The division's so weird. Heavyweight's so weird. Magomed and Kalaev, beat it, nerd. We can't have that wrestling in here. Can't do Jan Alex again. If Jan beats Rakic, it's going to be a disaster. You're going to go Johnny Walker, Anthony Smith?
Yeah, a story with Anthony, but then the fun fight with Johnny. So, yeah.
The most entertaining fights, Johnny Walker.
Yeah.
That'd be my pick. And I said that a hot second ago, if you remember as well. That's the fight. There's so many good fights for Alex at light heavyweight. So much more exciting matchups, so much more pay-per-view money-wise and buys at light heavyweight than middleweight. All day. So like I said, the light heavyweight and heavyweight division is like a hemorrhoid. It's all clogged up. What else you got, Jen?
Oh, we got some more ads. If we can take a little quick break. Let's go with Fume.
Fume. Oh, I'm glad you said this, man. Fume. This episode of the Schaub Show, breaking down UFC 295 and hemorrhoids, is brought to you by Fume. Cold turkey may be great on sandwiches, but there's a better way to break your habits. We're not talking about some weird mind voodoo from your crazy neighbor or some weird Instagram guru. Nope, we're talking about my sponsor, Fume. And they look at the problem in a different way. Not everything in a bad habit is wrong. So instead of some crazy, uncomfortable change, why not just remove the bad from your habit? That's right. Instead of vapor, Fume uses flavored air. Instead of electronics, Fume is completely natural. It's intense flavors, so you're not going to miss it, any of that stuff. The vape daddy over here, Casey, we got him on Fume, man. He's vaping all the freaking time like a teenager.
I'm clean.
Oh, yeah?
One week. Clean.
1 week, thanks to Fume.
Thanks,
Fume. Casey's clean, all right? You got to try the all-new Fume, baby. Start the holidays off right with the good habit by going to tryfume.com/Schaub. That's try, T-R-Y, Fume, Fume.com/SCHAUB, and get in the journey pack today. Fume is giving you guys 20% off until December 1st when they use the code Schaub to help make starting the good habit that much easier. Start the good habit at tryfume.com/Schaub to save an additional 20% off the journey pack today until December 1st and 10% off for the rest of the year. All right? That's Fume. Tryfume.com/Schaub.
Awesome. And we got Meter.
Meter? The holidays are finally here. We get to stuff our freaking faces, eat like there's no tomorrow. It's the holidays. Don't be on a diet, although I'm on a diet, whatever. And shop the best deals of the year. Oh, my God, the holidays are here. I know the coolest product to cook your meals that also makes the perfect gift. Dads love this, dude. I'm talking about Meter. That's Meater. Meter. It's a really slick, smart meat thermometer that tracks the temperature of your meat and let you know when it's ready to come out of the oven or the grill. I use just a feel vibe. I like to feel the thickness of the steak, but I would much prefer this device with Meter, all right? You can impress the whole family. The app even estimates how long your cook will take and give you a countdown so you know how long you have to kick back, spend time with your loved ones, not worry about that meat, all right? Or make an old-fashioned, and you'll get an alert when your food is ready to eat. It's the perfect way to use on any grill, smoker, or oven. I know a lot of you like air frying, and you can definitely do that, all right? This is the perfect tool for your holiday cooking. Also makes a perfect gift for someone who loves to cook or grill. Hey, Shane, can I put my meat on your grill this year?
On my grill, dude. Yeah, that's it. This is the grill,
dude. Let me put my meat on your grill, dog.
Season it
we'll
perfectly.
Set the time for
hot.
Shop Meter. That's MEATER.com for the best kitchen tool out there, and make this season stress-free. Use it for your holiday cooking or start shopping for your Christmas gifts right now. That's MEATER.com. All right? Meter. Perfect meat. My meat, yo grill. Meter.
All right. Just one more. And
These are my favorite. I'm talking about Sheath underwear. Sheath underwear makes the most comfortable briefs I've ever worn. I got this your basic Hanes on daddy undies right now because my sheath are all dirty because I've been rocking them for weeks straight. That's right, dude. Weeks straight, and they don't stink. They feel comfortable. They're the best material ever. It's this stretchy fabric made out of moisture-wicking technology, so I can leave them on for multiple days. I'm not going to lie to you guys, all right? Sheath is particularly useful for staying cool if you're working out or in a hot environment, but also keeps you warm, comfortable, and dry in cold environments as well. After trying Sheath, you can never go back. I got these old undies on, and it is driving me bonkers, all right? I like the dual pouch. Keeps my man part separate, so I don't get all bunched up and start grappling, all right? Again, this goes back to my meat on your grill, Chin, all right? They're the most comfortable.
Cooking grill.
Yeah, my meat on your grill, Chin. Let me put my meat on your grill. Temperature, 100. Sheath also has bamboo shirts, hoodies, all designed for maximum comfort. All you got to do is go to sheathunderwear.com. Right now, use the promo code Schaub. That's SCHAB. Get 20% off. That's sheathunderwear.com, promo code Schaub. Best undies ever.
Alrighty. So over the weekend as well was that it's a Game Bread FC.
Yeah, bare knuckle fighting.
Yeah.
Now, My meat on your grill.
Bless you. And then one of the guys you fought as well, Roy Nelson. People.
Oh, why you bring up old shit, Chin?
I'm just saying, people thought that he won this fight too, but there's a split decision.
watch
in Belcher.
it?
I watched like 75% of it.
And what'd you think?
Roy was on top, constantly
I
controlling.
know.
him.
Roy kept taking him down.
yeah.
Was landing on top.
Yeah.
Allen was doing better on the feet.
But I mean, I think Roy should have won for sure. Yeah.
28-29, 29-28, 29-28.
It's a split, so yeah, it was very close.
Split. I got to watch it again. I was watching on and off. Tough fight. Tough fight to score, especially when it's bare knuckle. And when you're talking about damage done, Roy didn't do a lot with the grappling either. So it looked like the judges really weren't giving him many points there, even though he's getting the takedown and control. Bare knuckle MMA, they want damage.
Yeah. I get it. Okay.
So if you do damage, who do you think did more damage?
I mean, I don't know.
It's
man.
tough, right?
Yeah.
It's a close fight.
Allen's more exciting. I'll say that much.
Yep. And then Randy Costa, Jason Knight. Did you see that one?
Yes,
My
I'll show you the
God.
picture. And shout out Chase Sherman's. He's doing well.
Yeah, Chase Sherman's first team all violence with that bare knuckle.
Yeah.
But Randy Costa, Jason Knight.
Here's
if you want the
here's,
most
Jason
violent minute you've ever seen in combat sports, tune into. Look at his lip.
I know. I feel so bad. He always gets so destroyed in these fights, man.
Here's
Jason Knight.
what's interesting about Jason Knight. Phenomenal jiu-jitsu. Ridiculous on the ground. From the Ultimate Fighter, like even with savvy vets or whenever they toss him in these young lions, he would submit all of them. He's such a beast on the ground. Just goes, nah, I'm going to fight like the redneck Diaz bros.
That's why they call him Hick Diaz.
Look at his
Oh, my
lip.
goodness. I know it's. But it got better. Look, that's after stitches and stuff.
Looks way better.
Yeah.
He's such a
He's like
savage.
Wolverine.
Again, if you haven't seen it, I'm sure it's on social media. It's 1 minute, I think a minute and 20 seconds of straight up violence in bare knuckle. That bare knuckle product, that bare knuckle MMA, bro, it is good. It's good, man.
Yeah, it's a good concept. Bare knuckle MMA. Yeah.
It's good, dude. Yeah, I love it. One of my favorite things to watch.
Hell yeah.
It's so good.
So this happened at the post-fight press conference with UFC 295. So this is from Burkina Depot. This is Dana White, and just look at what he does.
A fighter that's Khamzat's sparring partner.
Yeah, I do not. You do not know him? No.
So people are worried about Dana.
His hand might just fell
Yes,
asleep.
exactly,
Here's the
that's
problem.
what he
He's
says.
so jacked. There you go.
Yeah.
I was holding the mic so tight my hand fell asleep. I was just going to say, he's so jacked now, and shout out to him.
It's just
When you wear a
hard.
suit, so look how tight that suit is
It
on
is
his
tight.
bicep there. So it's restricting the blood flow. And and it makes it even tighter when you're like this, right? So his hand fell asleep. That's all that is.
It's just because his face was doing like this as well.
That
so.
sucks. He's like, God damn. Now, did it look like he was having a stroke? Yeah, it did.
Just
But
for a little
I'm
bit.
telling you, I've been there, dude. It's big bicep problems in suits. His hand fell asleep. That's all that is.
That's what I thought too.
Dude, talk about a squad walking in. These boys came in with that, storm the Capitol energy. When you had Tucker Carlson,
yeah.
little Donald Trump. What?
Dude, I was at it's like a restaurant bar called Beer Garden. As soon as he saw Trump on screen, everyone started going.
Did you hear the crowd?
In
Madison Square Garden, the crowd
Yeah,
went nuts.
but even
when you're
place
at,
outside, yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went nuts. Nutsos. See
Insane.
Bill Burr's wife?
Yeah,
Flip him off?
I didn't see that part.
Yeah.
This is the-
Every time they showed Bill Burr, he was yawning. He was all, whoa.
Does he even like fights? I don't know.
I'm sure I'm
know
sure
he's
he
friends
likes
with
it,
Rogan.
but he's also pretty tired. He's there for the New York Comedy Festival.
Oh yeah, he did that.
Now his
before,
wife,
yeah.
I saw online, she either flipped Donald Trump off or she was just flipping the camera off. Either way, bad look.
and she's black too. So
If
they
that was
did-
my girl, I'd be like, hey, what are you doing? Can't sell tickets to just the woke. We gotta sell left and right buy tickets, baby.
All right. All right. So we didn't get a chance to talk about this on this show. We talked about it a little bit on. I think did we talk about Friday? No, we didn't. No. So
we
yeah,
didn't talk
we
about
just talked
Friday,
about it all. So yeah, the announcements for 297, 298, and 299. These are great fights that are lined up.
Here's my question for you guys after I read this. So Dana White announced Monday, you got Sean Strickland defends his title against Dricus du Plessis, DDP. That's a great freaking fight. Then you have, and that's in Toronto, UFC 297. Takes place January 20th. Sign me up. Then you have UFC featherweight champion Volkanovski returns at 145 pounds against Ilia Topuria. Okay, take my money. It's a great fight. That's UFC 298. Then you have Sean O'Malley versus Chito Vera in March on UFC 299.
Yeah.
Here's my question. Between Strickland, DDP, Volkanovski, Topuria, and Sugar Sean O'Malley and Chito Vera, which fight are you most excited for?
The last one for me.
O'Malley, Chito?
Yeah. For me.
They're all good, man. 1A, 1B, 1C.
Yeah. And I think
I would say DDP Strickland for me.
that's exciting. But
Such a good fight.
But do you have someone winning by a lot or no?
I don't know what's going to happen in that fight.
Okay.
What who do you have winning by a lot?
Dricus.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
You think DDP's just going to steamroll Sugar?
I think-
Sean Strickland?
yeah. I
Really?
think. Not steamroll, but like
Wow, hot take by Chin over
Definitively.
here. Hot take. Let me put my meat on your grill, man. It's hot over
take,
there. Dude, let me
Take
put
it
the
off
meat
the
on your
grill, man. You had it on for
dude,
so long.
Your grill is hot, daddy. That's a hot take, bro. Interesting. With Sean Strickland's defense, you think DDP's going to be able to land?
I just do, yeah.
Hot grill Chin over there, man. Interesting. They're all great fights.
Yeah, they're fun fights.
Sugar, Cheeto's great.
And
Interesting.
Alex is gonna wait.
Yeah, I'm more curious about Strickland and DDP than the rest of them. All of them are great. I'm just saying that Strickland and DDP, I'm like, oof, I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. Is Strickland as good as we think he is? Is he as good as, or is he just have an off night? And now when you look back, you're like, holy shit, Strickland's really good. Or was it just an off night for Izzy? We're going to find out.
Yeah.
And then DDP was set out for death, him not taking the Izzy fight, but it's just who's available. During the time, they wanted to discipline DDP, but they couldn't. So I'm rooting for DDP. I love that. I love that as well.
Yeah, great fights, man.
Phenomenal fights.
And I think Nick Davis, our producer for Golden Hour, he said that the Volkanovski-Ilia Topuria fight will most likely be in L.A., which would be cool.
Yeah, if you want to go to it.
I don't know if we're doing a fight companion or not, but yeah.
Be a good time to do a fight campaign, although UFC probably use most of the fighters for the promo stuff, but we'll see. It could be fun.
Yeah. Okay, so
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't go to that LA fight. I mean, I would go to any of them, but I'm more excited for that in the Vegas Sphere.
yeah,
For Mexican
2024.
Independence.
Yep.
Dude, that's going to be sick.
He said, Dana said it's going to be the biggest combat sports event ever.
Insane.
It seems like it might be, man. Yeah.
It's going to be so dope.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess during this weekend, there was a few fighters on a bus, a UFC bus.
Yeah,
and
there's a riot.
There's like a protest going on. I don't want to get too much into the protest, but
What was the protest over? Palestine and all that?
Yeah.
So, but why were they attacking the fighters?
Because it's just people that are
It's
in
who
a bus
just
in the
want
way.
to cause chaos?
Yeah, I think they're just in the way.
Those
They broke
protesters
windows.
are so lucky.
I
Those
know.
fighters weren't like, say what? We don't have a
Exactly.
side here, but let's jump on out this bus. Put our meat on your grill. You feel me?
So there's Jamal Hill
Mm-hmm.
for sure. Corey Sandhagen, your boy, Sandman, and also Robbie Lawler were on that bus,
Woof.
right?
I heard Robbie Lawler. You have this here?
Yeah.
Robbie was saying, conserve your energy. If these doors open, we're gonna need every ounce of it.
That was awesome, but this was a better quote.
How is he not in the movie 300?
So
Ran to Robbie Lawler this morning, asked him about this. He said, if things escalated, we weren't the ones in danger.
they were. That's like the dopest quote. Yeah.
Bro,
Yep.
that is freaking the movie 300. That's if you're on a bus and there's rioters, you want Robbie Lawler on that bus.
Of course, dude.
They say just conserve your energy, just stay calm. Those doors open, we're gonna need it.
Yeah, he's a real
And then
fighter.
he just starts dropping bombs on these protesters. That would have been fantastic.
I know. Especially if the protesters recognize who they were, they're done.
I doubt they would recognize him. They
You
would just
never
be like,
know,
oh my
dude.
God, these random people on this tour bus can fight.
But apparently the UFC security was really good, and they were able to,
Oh yeah,
handle all that
Yeah,
stuff. So,
best of the best.
All right, so this is a little bit silly, but at
Nope.
least both parties.
Uh-uh.
You don't want to entertain this.
I get a pee so bad. You want to cover this while I pee?
Okay.
So we don't have to take
fine.
a break. You guys discuss. I get a pee so bad.
All right, Case.
All right.
We got this, all right?
Yeah, I didn't see this.
dude.
Yeah, so Deontay Wilder had like a weird interview with someone that they asked, like, would you fight Nate Diaz? Because Deontay wants to be in MMA. And then he's like, yeah, I fight Nate. And then Nate replied as well that he would fight him as well. But the discrepancy in their pounds, you know, how much they weigh is so crazy. So this was the original video.
Let me throw a name at you that I'm hearing. Like this guy wants to fight boxers. Nate Diaz.
Okay, we gotta cancel. What happened?
Nate Diaz. Would you be down to?
Almost done.
You be down to?
Me up, bro.
You be down to get in that MMA cage with Nate Diaz?
I'll be down to get in there with Nate for sure.
You think you can take him in the cage?
Man, we gonna see.
All
There's
right.
only one way to find
You
out.
guys.
So Nate responded with that. He said, let's get these contracts written up ASAP. Real fight shizzle,
Yeah.
right? Respect to real fighter. Down to fight for real. All loved it boxing. But this is different real. All that other stuff. So, yeah.
That looks to me like a case of a camera's in your face
Mm-hmm.
and you don't want to look like a punk. So you're like, yeah, I'll fight him. I'll fight anybody. I don't think, A, that would actually happen. And B, I don't think Deontay would do it.
It would be like, it'd be interesting though, right? Because Deontay's so big. And Nate is not that
I'd watch
big.
it. I don't
No.
think it's going to happen. and I
It's
don't
never
think
happening. Again, he might as well call out Michael Jackson.
It would be an MMA.
Let's get
though.
this contract written up ASAP. Real fight shit. Respect to real fighters. Down to fight for real. All love to boxing, but this is different. Real shit. LFG 1993. Not happening. Not ever. No commission would ever sanction that.
Well, I
Ever.
mean, so let me ask you this. So if it's in MMA though, since Nate, okay, he's way smaller, right? But he knows MMA. Deontay barely started like
They would
training
never
a little
sanction
bit.
it because of the weight difference. And,
I
and-
thought because
well, A, because the weight discrepancy, there's that, which isn't going to get sanctioned. Then also B, they're not going to allow Deontay Wilder with 0 fights to fight too.
I thought that would balance itself out. There, you know what I mean,
No commission's going to do that.
but Dana White even said like if that's ever happened before. He was kind of like not saying that's so. Normally he'd be like, we're not doing that kind of stuff. But if Nate and Deontay went to the UFC to do some crazy fight, it seems like Dana White's like kind of like.
It's not
I
happening.
don't know. Well, alrighty. This one's pretty crazy. So Usman Nurmagomedov, who is Khabib's cousin, he's suspended for 6 months for something that he took that he was supposed to get a TUE for, right? But he didn't, and people are thinking it's steroids, but his manager is saying it's not steroids. It's a prescription medication.
It's not the same thing as homegirl on the UFC roster that was busted and came out. It was Adderall. She had an Adderall prescription and didn't report it, and that showed up. So his isn't EPO or HGH or steroids, none of that, because they wouldn't give him a 6-month suspension. It'd be 2 years if it was some real shit.
But the thing that's weird is like, why don't they say what it is? You know?
They just don't. But it's not anything major if it's 6 months. 6 months is like, okay, yeah, you just didn't report it, not a big deal. If it's 2 years, he was taking that Gold's Gym, Venice Beach, Deca, Winstrol. This is just some weird one-off. 6 months is nothing. He'd been out 6 months anyway.
Yeah. I mean,
It just sucks they strip him of his belt.
well,
They should only strip you if it's certain things. They shouldn't strip you just if you test hot for some random medication you take every day and didn't report. It's
so
stupid.
it says here it's just it was overturned. I don't know if it's stripped or not, but the win over Brent Primus is overturned.
Doesn't count, yeah, which is stupid.
Okay, so anyway, Connor responded to this, and I think all the tweets are deleted now, but there's some screenshots of him here, and it gets kind of really like
Dark.
crazy. Yeah.
I am not one bit surprised upon hearing about another Nurmagomedov team testing positive for steroids. Hypocrites of the highest order. Whoa.
And then this
steroids are the
Haram.
shame of Allah hangs over the Nurmagomedov clan. Cheaters.
Khabib's dad is doing tumbles in his grave. I had to like Google what haram means. It's like it means forbidden in Islamic.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
that's dark.
and then this picture, I don't know how legit this is, but apparently this is Islam back in the day.
Jacked. All them boys are jacked.
They're all jacked for sure.
They're all
But the fact that
jacked
Islam
city.
looks like that jacked is like,
Yeah. Here's the problem. So they announced Connor and Chandler are going to find that UFC 300.
Is it 100%?
Pretty sure.
Okay.
So if that's UFC 300, are you gonna have Makhachev on there as well? And then you always got to worry about the Makhachev crew, Connor's crew, like the security.
Oh yeah, that crap.
Just the mayhem.
Yeah.
They hate each other, dude. This ain't helping.
No, dude, the tumbles in his grave thing, that is so deep.
I don't
That's such
like
a
it.
deep cut. That's
I don't like it.
No. Okay. Actually, do you want to entertain this or not? It's all about fans thinking something. So this is a conspiracy thing about
I'm
Jiri. All right.
Yeah, I'm out. They're saying Jiri accused by crazed fans of faking injury and USADA cover up by conspiracy. No.
Because they looked at his way and stuff. You know, he said he had like one of the worst shoulder tears ever.
And there's no surgery?
They couldn't see scar marks on it and stuff.
I was looking for that as well. There's no scar marks?
I mean, as far as the pictures that we see. I mean, but I don't know where do they start digging into your shoulders when you do that kind of surgery, you know?
Yeah, did they go into the armpit? Is there any of that? Or
I don't know.
This day and age, you're not gonna see the big huge slice like it's the 90s. There's usually two little dots and they go in there.
But I see so many lines here, like you could go through
I doubt
anywhere.
it. Yeah.
It was just like a fun little conspiracy
Sure.
thing. So Jake Paul, this is kind of random. He's gonna be fighting an actual like real boxer this time. His name Andre August. Not really that famous or anything, but that's gonna be December 15th.
And he has a good record too.
Yeah, 10-1.
So do we think this guy's better than Tommy Fury?
You know,
Probably, right?
I would imagine because Tommy Fury's opponents, remember?
Yeah.
They were
not
like the
great.
worst. Yeah.
This guy's winning legit fights.
But I mean, it's a weird thing. I thought he would fight more, influencer type people.
This is him. It's twofold here. It says it's Jake wanted to be taken serious as a boxer, wants to actually pursue boxing and go down the path of legit boxing, which I completely disagree with. But to each its own. If that's what he wants to do that, bud. I support you. And this is on the right track. If the point of his career is to make money and get views and be a prize fighter, we're all prize fighters. If the goal of his career is to just get the most eyeballs and most money possible, this ain't it, dude. Keep fighting the MMA fighters that already have a fan base and aren't boxers. This ain't it. Nobody's going to tune into this. No one is.
I mean, it will never. It's not going to do anywhere near the numbers, I'm sure. Those other ones for sure.
But again, teach its own. He's like, no, I'll be taken serious as a boxer. I got to fight real boxers. Even though you've never heard of them, I'm still going to go down that path. I don't like it. I think you should fight older MMA guys with huge fan bases and keep knocking them out, making all the money. But he might be set. He might be like, I'm good, man. I actually want to pursue boxing. And this is what he's doing.
Yeah.
So this, again, more respect to Jake Paul. I want to do it. I'd take easier fights for more money instead of fighting the no-namers, tough boxers, because it only gets tougher from here,
Yeah.
And if that guy, which I assume he is, better than Tommy Fury, he's probably going to lose this one. And I guess you could go back to MMA fighters, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me for many, many reasons. But again, do you, Jake? I support him, but
that's what makes him pretty cool, though, man. Like to want to fight actual real boxers.
yeah, that's cool, man. It's cool. I'll tell you what's cool. When I started boxing, the online store was the furthest thing from my mind. And then we started selling Fire and the Kid merch. That's right. We started selling Fire and the Kid merch. Me and my brother were shipping it up, sending it to you guys, and it was a beast. But then came along Shopify. It's so easy because of Shopify. Cha-ching! All right? Shopify is a global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From your launch your online shop stage to the first real-life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit a million orders stage, Shopify is there to help you grow and help you get there. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout, up to 36% better compared to other leading commerce platforms. Sell more with less effort thanks to Shopify Magic, your AI-powered all-star. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S., all right? Plus, Shopify's extensive help resources are there to support your success every step of the way because business that grow with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Schaub. All lowercase, Schaub, S-C-H-A-U-B, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Schaub, lowercase. Now to grow your business no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/Schaub. Cha-ching! This episode of The Shop Show is brought to you by the best kratom on planet Earth. However you want your kratom, whether it's powder, gummies, taffy, shots, energy shots, K-Dips, all right? They got it all. It's the one-stop shop for the best kratom on the planet. We're talking about Happy Hippo. Kratom's the Wild West. I only trust them. I reach out to Happy Hippo because I use their product every single day, stand-up, podcasting, at the gym, chilling on Sundays. I'm always on kratom. It's happyhippo.com, promo code Thiccc with 3 C's, 23 for 30% off the entire website for life. 20%? I'm sorry, I got overzealous there. 20% off. It's freaking Thiccc23, happyhippo.com, Thiccc23 for 20% off for life. Share that code with your friends, your mom, your aunt, whoever, your Uber driver. Y'all can all get 20% off by going to happyhippo.com. Promo code is Thiccc23 for the best kratom to ever exist on this weird round planet we're on called Earth. It's happyhippo.com. Promo code Thiccc23. Get you some.
We'll bypass this. Oh, have you seen the back and forth with Chael Sonnen and Jorge Masvidal?
It got nasty.
Yeah, but the way, okay, I'll just show you Chael's response. So Jorge Masvidal was on Errol Hawani's show, and he was like, man, all these guys are coming after you now,
Call
right?
him a juice head, right?
Juice head. Well, Chael will explain it right here. Just a quick clip from his Twitter, Instagram.
He says, come see me. You want your ass whooped? Come see me. He then came at me on Twitter, either called me a bitch or he called me a juice head. And then says to me, keep that same energy when you see me in person. Does he think he's talking to somebody else? I'm not going to come up and look for trouble. But if you come up to me, I'm not that guy. There's nothing about what you know about me that would make you think that I'm that guy.
And
Yeah,
I'm thinking,
Chael's
like,
right.
dude, if Chael and Jorge fought, I kind of feel like Chael would win.
Beat him?
Yeah, I do.
At Chael's age, have you seen Chael in his last Bellator fights? Listen, I love Uncle
just
Chael.
saying.
One of my favorite people on earth. Now, I don't know what Chael's contract is, but what about Jorge Masvidal versus Chael in bare knuckle MMA?
You think Chael would do that?
Yeah. Take all my money.
Yeah, dude, I would totally.
Take all my money.
Chael's a badass, though. That's why I think.
They're both badasses.
Of course, but yeah.
Yeah. But I'm with Chael. He's not that guy who talks all this trash.
No,
You see him in
no.
person. He's like, whoa, be cool.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm sure they'll.
Did you see Dylan Dennis and Bisbee?
Oh, they were just messing around.
Oh, is that just
yeah,
messing around?
And they actually kind of hugged.
Oh, that's
afterwards,
cool.
Too. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, Chael did a bunch of tweets. We can't go through all of them, but there's just a ton of tweets about Jorge, and some are kind of funny.
I think
But,
Chael had some help writing jokes, but he put, Jorge, if you want to scrap, you have to beat one of my students first. Kobe Covington. Oh, scratch that.
But there's like a million, so
They
we can't
keep
go
going.
through all of
But
them.
are you allowed to kick with the leg that's wearing the house arrest ankle monitor? Mazel, I do want some. Just trying to be clear on a few regulatory matters. Is your corner going to give you a prison juice box instead of water? Then he put, Jorge,
Spell
can
him George.
yeah, George, can you travel out of the state without ear marshals shackling you to hand dolly? I like Hannibal Lecter. No, man bun. Am I the last person you turned on or just the latest? How many of your texts to me asking for help because you're a dull, unfunny should I release? Is a dozen enough? Yeah,
We'll just stop with.
He just keeps going.
Yeah.
Fight.
Yeah.
Do it
that'd be
on
a
Jorge's bare knuckle.
Mm-hmm.
I'll watch that.
Alrighty. Oh, that's Luke Thomas, dude. You remember it was just a Veterans Day, what, on Saturday, I think
Yep.
it was? But that's him as a Marine way back in the day.
Badass. He looks fucking
So different, right?
gangster, doesn't he?
Yeah. This I thought was super cool of Chael Sonnen to reply to Steamroller for Vola.
But the highest of highs, lowest of lows, that's the fight game. And the Chael put, just can be a professional at the Garden. You had 15,000 fans that cared about you, not the result. As you walk back to your hotel and you pass the women on the street who has mentally clutching a cart with a whirly bonds coming to thread. What the low was. You brought honor to your team, to your city, and protection to your country. You think we're going to abandon you now? Yeah, I'm with Chael.
Chael's like
All
yeah,
the love and
so
support for
cool.
Matt. That's the game, dude.
Yeah. Okay, so some of these are like cool posters from the last fight that just happened, this is from, I don't know, HAL 9000 Creations, which is dope, right?
NYC Gangsters? God dang. How gangsters Yeri looked there, man.
I know. Super cool. And then is this the freaking picture that you always talk about, or is there another one? Because I don't know what you're talking about.
That's not it.
Jeez.
It's close, though. That's not
Because so
it.
every time we talk about this, people tag me. They're like, oh, this is the one, and it's never the one. I wonder where you found it or
I
saw
don't
it.
know. That's close, but it's just not there yet.
Okay, anyway. 'Tis all. The fights then. So it's Brendan Allen, Paul Craig.
It's a fun
at the
fight.
Apex. It's very, very edging us, as you say.
Chase Hooper, Jordan, Sweet and Low.
Yeah. Levity.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites.
Sugar in the Tank Levitt, yeah.
Yeah, Sugar in the Tank. Yeah, tough card.
Yeah. So that's what's happening there. There's also actually a fairly big Bellator.
Hell yeah, it's big. You got AJ versus Sydney Outlaw, Pitbull, Stotts, Danny. Yeah, hell yeah. Sergio Pettis,
Yeah,
Patchy Mix, Emthov versus Jason Jackson. Great card.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculous card.
And that's pretty much it, dude.
Is that it?
That's pretty much it.
All right, kids. I'm at the Ice House this Thursday. Schaub and friends got some great friends coming along. That's Ice House, 8 p.m. One show only. Schaub and friends. I mean, some monsters at the Ice House in Pasadena. And the Keep On Truckin' tour starts in Chicago, December 8th and 9th. Then I'm in Nashville, January 25th. Then that's Nashville. One night, one show only in Nashville on the 25th. That's a Thursday. Then that Friday, January 26th and 27th, I'm in Austin, Texas. Then I'm in Edmonton. I'm in Vancouver, Plano, Texas. Come get your tickets at thickboy.com. New episode of Toontown, which features the first episode is my TRX turned into a TRX Demon Hellcat. That is debuting tomorrow on the freaking Toontown YouTube, new YouTube page. Go comment, like. We're doing a bunch of dope stuff on there, so hope you guys enjoy it. Is that it?
That's it.
All right, kids. Love you guys. Let me put my meat on your grill. I'm out.